So sorry about that, guys. But like I said, there's always gonna be some problem. There's no such thing as doing anything perfect. There's always gonna be some problem which is gonna be out of your reach. Like some problem is gonna be out of your depth or beyond you. Whenever I'm making videos, you know, either there's gonna be a plane, a noise from somewhere. Like you can't control all variables. Like I said, every variable is sometimes out of your hand, out of your depth. But anyways, let's move on. So now I want you guys to do this question all by yourself, okay? And I'll give you maybe like a little bit more time to do it, and just be confident and try it out yourself. Till you don't try these questions out yourself, you're never going to be confident in math. And guys, the only way you can become confident in mathematics is by starting with linear equations. Linear equations are basically the beginning of algebra, because anything that you do in mathematics, all the concepts will always begin with linear equations, especially in algebra. Even a quadratic equation, when you break it down, and you factorize it, they end up being linear equations. So understanding linear equations is very, very important. Anyways, so just try it out yourself. Okay? Try it out yourself, guys. Just try it out yourself. And don't worry, guys. I'm going to give you two monstrous questions to solve by the end of this video. I'm going to give you two monstrous questions to solve. And I'm going to give you two monstrous equations, like two monstrous linear equations. So you don't really need to worry. Okay? So just try solving this one. Now guys, I could walk back and forth, in this direction, but then it'll obstruct the question, so I'm walking like this. While teaching you, I'll be obstructing your view. So for you, it'll be an obstruction of justice, I guess. I don't know, an obstruction of justice or travesty of justice. I don't know. You guys decide. I guess if I'm walking like this, and I'm obstructing your view, it would be an obstruction of justice. And after that, if I solve this question and all of you get it right and I get it wrong, I guess that would be a travesty of justice. I don't know, or it could be the other way around. I don't know. Oh God. Guys, math does have its own sense of humor. So that's just how math is. But anyways, let me give you a few more minutes, and then I'll solve it with you. Okay, so let me help you now. So, like I said, guys, the distributive law. So, I hope you guys remember what the distributive law is. So basically, let's do it. Okay. So you have 6x plus 3 plus 2x okay, 2x minus 2 equals 3. Okay, that's an equal sign, guys. It's not a inequality, okay? It's an equal sign. I just did it too fast. So don't start thinking, why have I written an inequality sign here? Okay? It's an equal sign. Okay, just did it fast. Okay, so now you combine like terms. So you get 8x minus 1 equals 23. Okay? So guys, this is not really a hard question. It's a very easy question, but I just said it's hard because it's a new topic for you guys, so it might be a little bit of a challenge. Okay? Okay guys, so here is plus, okay? It's plus. Guys, this is what happens when you go too fast. This is what happens when you go too fast. So we have a plus here, okay? Because look, positive 3 minus 2 is obviously going to be positive 1. So, my apologies there, so it's going to be negative 1, okay? And here you're going to have negative 1, okay? So then you're going to have 8x, okay, equals 22. So then 8x divided by 8, so 22 divided by 8. So then obviously you have to cancel the numerator and the denominator. So neither do they go by 4, but they obviously go by 2. So you have 11 by 2. So 11 by 2 is your answer. So basically 11 by 2 is equal to x, or x is equal to 11 by 2. Whichever one makes you happy. Alright? Whichever one makes you happy. It doesn't really matter. Okay? Okay guys, it seems like someone's getting married somewhere. But anyways, you can verify this as well. So yep, you can verify this as well. So now let's move on to the next questions. Okay guys, so we've got about 6 more equations to do. Okay, wait, but before we do, okay guys, before we do the 6 more questions that we have left, alright, I just remember I've got one more question like this, which I want you to do. So just take this down. Guys, it seems like someone's getting married, I think. When someone gets married, these are the noises that take place in India. Okay, so I'll give you just a few more seconds. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a similar question to this. Okay, and I want you to do it by yourself. Okay, just like you did this by yourself, I want you to do this next one by yourself as well, and I'm going to give you time for doing this one as well. It's a little long, but don't worry, you're going to be able to do it. But guys, this is not the monstrous one which I wanted to give you. Okay? So I want you to try this one by yourself as well. Now remember what you have to do first. Now remember that you first have to solve the brackets. Okay? Now guys, remember, even when you solve linear equations, you still have to use the order of operations. Okay, you still have to use the order of operations. So according to the order of operations, you have to use brackets first. Just try solving this. I'll give you some time. Yes guys, someone is getting married right now. I don't know if you guys can hear the noises, but I can. You know? So just try solving this one. I don't know, but I'm just thinking something. Alright, just give you 2 more minutes. Okay, so let's do this. Alright, so before we do this, before we do this one, guys, I just wanted to say that anyone who has solved this, okay, anyone who has solved this, alright, and they know their answer is correct, okay, then you can try solving this one, alright. So in this one, it looks like 2 quadratic expressions on both sides, but then you somehow cancel the quadratics out, or the x squareds, and then you get linear equations. Don't worry, we'll solve them as well. So let's do this one. So if you're done with this and you know your answer is correct, you can move on to that one. So this is x plus 1, that's x plus 3. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I'm not going to make the same mistake that I made last time. Plus 2. Okay, and negative multiplied by negative becomes positive. So it's negative 2x plus 2, which equals 6x, okay, minus 3 plus 2. Okay, so you get 7 plus 2 is 9. Okay, 9 minus 2x, which equals 6x minus 1. Okay, 6x minus 1. So now what do you do, guys? You combine like terms, so you get negative 9, 2x. There's nothing in front of 6x, so when it's transposed to the other side, it becomes negative. So it's negative 1 is left here. So then, guys, here you get negative 8x. Okay, so you get negative 8x. Now there's nothing in front of 9, so you can write it like this, alright, which equals negative 1, alright, which equals negative 1. So, okay, so let me just write that 9 properly. Looks like a confused number, So, okay, yep. So remember guys, that 9 minus 8x and negative 8x plus 9, they're one and the same thing. As long as the 9 is positive and the 8x is negative, it's one expression. Remember that. Okay? So now here, what do you do, guys? You do 8x plus 9 minus 9, negative 1, negative 9. Alright, I'm sorry, let me just remove this. Okay, otherwise it will create confusion. I'm sorry about that. So then you divide 8 by both sides, so the answer you get is 10 upon 8. Because you see, negative 10 divided by negative 8 will give you positive what? Yeah. So you're obviously going to get 5 upon 4. Now I think, guys, we might have solved this question in a previous video. You might have solved it in a previous video. I don't know that we did on linear equations. But at least now, it's revision for you. You've practiced it a little more, so it's not that thing. So you can take this down, and then now we only have exactly 6 equations to go. 6 equations to go, yes. One. Okay, well, let's see, not 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 7 equations to go. So from now, we're gonna be solving 7 equations now. Okay? So don't worry, we'll solve them a little fast. Okay? We'll solve them a little fast. Alright? Just take these, just take this down. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's move on now. Sorry guys, I have to clean the board thoroughly, otherwise you won't be able to see anything. Alright, so now we're gonna do these sort of questions. Like I told you. So you have x squared plus 4. Okay, x squared plus 4, okay, equals x plus 1, okay, x plus 3. Okay? So now we're gonna solve equations like this. So like I told you guys that this is basically an expression, okay? And this is a expression. So obviously now now it's gonna look like a quadratic is involved, you know. So how we break down these equations that look like